Is this what you meant by back to basics? General consensus is the Tekken community isn't happy that this is a PSP version. What's up, YouTube? Ozzy back with another one. And you know what? Watching the state of play yesterday, I was actually pleasantly surprised. Uh, they released Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, one of my favorite games of all time. One of my favorite Tekken games of all time for sure. Anyway, look, let's extrapolate it. Let's get into it. Let's play the trailer, right?
Catalog on February 17th.
It's brief.
The PlayStation Plus Classics catalog welcomes two fan favorites over the next few months, starting with Tekken Dark Resurrection, a fantastic fighting game that originally released on PSP. PlayStation Plus Premium members can expect to revisit this handheld classic in March.
Now, this was very interesting because she said released on the PSP and they can get hold of this handheld classic. This is not a handheld classic. This is a PS3 classic. I don't know why they've... You know, when I watched the trailer, when I watched it first time, and I battered this game, guys. When I tell you I battered this game, I put in some crazy hours in this game. But I was watching this, and I looked at this player, and then I looked at the graphics in the back. And the graphics, yes, it's outdated, but it wasn't this outdated. But look at the graphics. Look at the rocks in the back. And then you see the Tekken 5 DR version on the PS3. This is an all-time classic. And they're releasing a PSP version. They've done the same for Tekken 6. I don't know what Namco's playing at. And why this infuriated me. I was happy. And then I got sad. I was like, yeah. And then... Because there's not going to be any online gameplay. You can't play with your friends. The graphics are going to be scaled down. I don't know why they're doing this. However, the community, they had a lot to say about this. The community is not happy about it. So let's get into what the community had to say, right? So this is on the main Tekken account. Starting March 2026, Dark Resurrection will be available for the PS4. That is misleading. Tekken account. Say it's the PSP version. You know? Guys, that's misleading. It says featuring modes from the PSP version. But why are you not saying it's the PSP version? Guys, the Tekken community, go in. My brother here, G. Abdulaziz, why PSP version, man? We are so close to greatness. Featuring modes from the PSP version. Someone wrote, I don't think PSP version even has Moonlit Wilderness. Anyone who knows Moonlit Wilderness, it's one of the most iconic stages, guys, of any Tekken, of all time. The music, the stage, everything about it is just iconic. It takes me back to a beautiful place. And if this is not going to be in the game, this is probably the best stage in the game. The music, I know one of my best friends loved this stage. And this reminds me actually a bit of the Grand Theft Auto Legacy collection, whatever they released, that pile of shit. Half the music wasn't there in Vice City. And they're releasing the PSP version. Firstly, on the PS Plus, whatever it's called, right? You get all these old games. And I don't mind some of the old games. Ridge Racer, you know, some of the old Sony classics. But you went from Tekken 3 to Tekken 6. And you didn't give the proper Tekken 6 version. And then you go into Tekken 5. Where's Tekken 4? Where's Tekken Tag? And what are you going to do with those games? I don't know why they're doing this. Namco are being cheap here, guys. I have to admit, they are being cheap. So why the PSP version? Are you folks? Anyway, F the PSP version. Give us 5 and 6. Give us the real version with online, so we can play a good Tekken game. Someone said, cheap bastards, I swear. Why would I use the PSP version? I had the PSP version, and then I played the PS3 version. It's night and day. Honestly, guys. Why are they doing this? I really don't understand. Like, Namco haven't got money? They've got money. Not the actual Tekken 5 DR arcade PS3 though. Now, I just want to give you a little heads up. I played the Tekken 5 DR online, and it was so bad. It had no rollback netcode, but the gameplay was so good. And yes, it was full of cheats, but the gameplay was so good. I want to see if I can find a screenshot of how many games I played. So guys, here it is, my online record, Lionel187, right? I had over 7,200 wins, 4,000 losses. It's fair to say my ass game di Bondamario. Kanjiro? In translation, you could say, in translation, you could say, I really played this game quite a lot. And yeah, look, the online was so bad, but we still played this game. We loved it. So I don't know. Hopefully they can fix something, and hopefully they can bring it back. But I love this game. Is this what you meant by back to basics? General consensus is the Tekken community isn't happy that this is a PSP version. So no trophies, tag 2 please with online capability. I don't think that's going to be happening for a long time. PSP version, so no online playability, massive L. I agree. So, okay, look, no online. But you want to play with your friends, man. The whole point is I want to play with my friend for nostalgic reasons. Call them up. Hey guys, let's start it back because it reminds us of our younger self, and it's got characters that we can relate to. Bruce Irwin, Beg Dusan, Lei Wulong, all these things. These guys, they don't take into consideration how much it brings people together. Uh, yeah, it's dire straits. I don't know why they're doing this. I don't think if they had online for this, it would be that big of a drop off in Tekken 8 players. People will still play Tekken 8. I would still play Tekken 8. I would feel like a crackhead coming off crack, you know, or someone coming off cocaine, playing Tekken 5 after having no heat and none of the broken moves. But it's a classic. These are the games that allowed you to get to Tekken 8, and you mistreat these games. I don't know how it works, guys. I don't know whether Sony get in touch with Namco and say, hey, you know what? We want you guys to release something, and they're like, hey, here's the shit version of this game. Someone wrote Namco Fighting Game Collection. Check out my video on why there isn't a Tekken Legacy Collection. I want you guys to check that video out. But yeah, this is very underwhelming, guys. I was optimistic, but expectation meets reality, unfortunately. And yeah, some people are just not going to care. But when I saw that state of play, I think, wow, we're going to get a proper modern re-release with patches and, maybe something brushed up. I'm not asking for a remake, but that's not what happened, unfortunately. No rollback netcode. I don't think there's going to be a PC version. No online revival. Instead, a PSP port, man. Do people even play with their PSPs? That's frustrating, guys, man. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think DR deserved, we called it DR. But Dark Resurrection deserved a celebration, guys. Not just a port, man. Not just a cheap port. This feels nostalgia, yeah, but without any ambition. That's how I feel, honestly, guys. And Tekken community isn't mad. They're not mad. They're just underwhelmed because, firstly, we were excited, and then you took away the excitement in an instance. Classic Tekken with rollback netcode. I'm telling you, that would have been a big W for Namco. But this shows how, when you look at the replies, this shows how hungry the Tekken fans are for legacy content. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. I know the old school players are going to be really, I don't know, underwhelmed. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe they might change it. How about that? Maybe they might actually listen to the constructive criticism and they might change it and say, hey, you know what? Come on, let's just put 10 more minutes into it and give them the actual game. How about that? But yeah, if you like the video, give it a like. Hit that subscribe button. Really helps out the channel, guys. And yeah, peace and love. Aussie out.